evening, everyone. Welcome to the Writing Corner, the only place where messy drafts come in and confident, polished essays leave. Today, we are broadcasting live from the Writing Corner studio, where we take struggling pieces of writing and give them the attention they truly deserve. Now, today's case is a serious one. We received a student's outline that didn't quite impress the examiner. In fact, it raised quite a bit of concerns. And now the big question is, was the examiner too strict? Or did the outline actually miss the mark? Our team took a deep dive into this outline, and let's just say it had potential, but it lacked structure, clarity, and organization. To put it simply, it was like trying to bake a cake without a recipe. You might have all the ingredients, but without the proper steps, things can go very, very wrong. Before we begin fixing it though, let's understand something very important. Now, tell me, what exactly is a formal topic to sentence outline? Well, this type of outline is more than just jotting down ideas. It requires a clear thesis statement written as a full sentence, main points written as complete, meaningful sentences, and a logical structure where each idea flows into the next. It is essentially the foundation of your essay. And we all know if your foundation is weak, the structure becomes very unstable. Now today, our goal is not just to point out mistakes, but to rebuild the outline into something strong, clear, and effective. So let's move on over to our writing critique and group leader, who carefully examined the outline and is ready to give us the full diagnosis. Give it up for Mr. Raymond Hart.
Thank you, host. And again, I want to give a special welcome to those who are joining us online, those on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and all other platforms. Again, welcome to the Writing Corner, where we turn you into the professional writer. Now, today we are presented with a piece, which we are to review, provide feedback, and critique for the most part. Well, by looking at the piece, we identified that it had a little, well, not more than a little, a few structural errors. And we'll be going through it one by one. After reviewing the outline carefully, line by line, we identified that for the most part there were three major problems that affected its quality. Let's take a look at them one by one. The first problem would have been the weak structure. The main points were supposed to support the thesis statement, however, they did not clearly connect. Instead of working together, the ideas felt disconnected like a group member who didn't communicate well during a project. And we all know how that turns out. Without strong connection, the reader cannot clearly see how each point supports the main argument. The second problem, lack of clarity. Many of the ideas were written as short phrases instead of complete sentences. Instead of presenting clear statements, the student listed brief notes. This made the outline look unfinished, unkept, and unclear. In academic writing, clarity is extremely important. If your ideas are not fully expressed, the reader is left confused, just as confused as I am. Poor organization. The ideas were not arranged logically. A good outline should guide the reader step by step, almost like telling a story. But in this case, the ideas jumped around, making it difficult to follow. What we did to fix it? As a group, we made several improvements. We rewrote all the points as clear and complete sentences. We arranged the ideas in logical order. We ensured that each main point directly supported the thesis statement. By doing this, we transformed the outline from something confusing into something structured and meaningful. So instead of a weak plan, we now have a strong foundation for a successful essay. Now let's move on to Donna, our method expert, who will explain the writing approach used.
Thank you. This essay uses the cause and effect method, which is a type of expository writing. This method helps us to clearly explain how one action leads to specific results. It focuses on two main questions. What caused something to happen? What are the results or outcome? In this case, the topic explores the effects of high productivity at H&R consultancy firm. Understanding the topic. When employees are productive, several positive outcomes occur. Productivity means that employees are working efficiently, completing tasks on time, and maintaining a high standard of work. As a result, the company benefits in many ways, including 1. Improved customer satisfaction. Customers receive faster and better service. Increased profit for the company. More work is completed, leading to higher earnings. Higher employee motivation and morale. Workers feel proud and valuable when they perform well. This clearly shows how one action, productivity, can lead to multiple positive results within an organization. Why this method works. The cause and effect method is effective because it helps the reader understand the relationship between ideas. It answers the important question, why does this matter? For example, if employees work efficiently, customers are happier, the business grows, employees feel more motivated. This process can be seen as a chain reaction where one positive action leads to another. It makes the information easy to follow and helps the reader see the logical connection between cause and result. The introduction. A strong introduction is very important because it sets the tone for the entire essay. It should include three key elements. A hook. This grabs the reader's attention. It could be a question, a fact, or a statement about productivity. Secondly, background information. This gives the reader some context about the topic, such as what productivity means and why it is important in a workplace. A thesis statement. This clearly states the three main outcomes that will be discussed. Improve customer satisfaction, increase profitability, and high employee morale. When these elements are combined, the introduction becomes clear, engaging, and purposeful. It prepares the reader for what is to come in the essay. Now let's move to Shanice, our writing coach, who will show us how to build strong paragraphs.
Thanks, Donna. Now that we have a strong outline, we can turn it into strong paragraph using the TEEES structure. Each letter is a step to make your paragraph complete. T, which represents topic sentence, this is the first sentence. It tells the reader what the paragraph is about. For example, high productivity at work makes customers happier. Imagine a manager reading it. They immediately know the paragraph is about productivity and customers. E, which represents explanation. Explain your topic sentence. Why is it important? How does it work? For example, when workers finish tasks on time and do them well, customers get good service, which makes them satisfied. Think of a busy coffee shop. Quick and correct service makes customers happy. E, which represents evidence, give proof like facts, numbers, or research. This makes your paragraph believable. For example, a survey showed that companies with productive employees had 20% higher customer satisfaction than less productive companies. E, which represents example. Always give a real life story or example that shows your idea. For example, at HR consultancy firm, the team used new software to finish reports faster. Customer noticed and praised the company for quick and reliable service. Moving along to S. S represents summary sentence, and this is our last step. Always remember to finish the paragraph and connect it back to the main idea. So for example, productive employees help make customers happy and help the company succeed. Think of a paragraph like a sandwich. The topic sentence is the top bread, and it starts the paragraph and holds it together. Then the explanation and evidence acts like the filling of the sandwich. The main part with details and proof. An example acts like the flavor for your sandwich, which makes it interesting and easier to picture. And lastly, summary. Summary acts like the bottom bread of your sandwich. It closes the paragraph and links it back to the main idea. If you leave out any part, the paragraph won't be complete, just like a sandwich missing bread or filling won't work. A full paragraph example would be something like this. High productivity at work makes customers happier. When workers finish tasks on time and do them well, customers get good service, which makes them satisfied. A survey showed that companies with productive employees had 20% higher customer satisfactions than less productive companies. For example, at H&R consultancy firm, the team used new software to finish reports faster. Customers noticed and praised the company for quick and reliable service. So, productive employees help make customers happy and help the company succeed. See how every part fits together like a complete sandwich? And lastly, the conclusion. To finish the essay, restate the main idea, summarize the 3 outcomes, and leave a strong final message. A good conclusion should make the reader think, yes, that makes sense, and it was worth reading. Follow these steps and your writing will be clear, strong, and easy to understand.
Wasn't that something? I want to thank all of our amazing team members today for that detailed breakdown. On the writing corner, we took a struggling outline and transformed it into a clear and structured plan for success. Today, we learned that structure gives your writing direction. Clarity makes your ideas understandable. Organization helps your reader follow your thoughts. And most importantly, a strong outline is the foundation of a strong essay. Without it, you may be writing, but you won't be communicating effectively. So thank you all for joining us here at the Writing Corner, where we don't just fix writing, we build better writers. See you next time, same place at the Writing Corner. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.